When we think of fruits, we often associate them with health, vitamins, and energy. And for the most part, that's true. Fruits are packed with essential nutrients, antioxidants, and fiber. But not all fruits are created equal, especially when it comes to maintaining and building strong leg muscles. Some fruits, particularly when eaten in excess or in the wrong form, can actually have negative effects on your muscle health. This can be especially important for people trying to stay active, prevent muscle loss with age, or recover after workouts. Today, we're going to look at the 8 worst fruits that may silently be harming your leg muscles. If you're trying to stay strong and healthy, you might want to think twice before regularly eating these fruits, or at least watch the quantity. Let's begin. 1. Canned fruits in syrup. Canned fruits may seem like a quick and convenient option, but many of them are packed in heavy syrup loaded with refined sugars. These sugars can spike insulin levels, promote fat storage, and lead to chronic inflammation in the body. Excessive sugar intake is linked to insulin resistance, which can interfere with how muscles absorb glucose, their primary energy source. Without enough energy, muscles can weaken over time. The added sugar in canned fruits also promotes fat gain, especially around the thighs and legs, which can reduce mobility and muscle efficiency. Moreover, canned fruits are often stripped of their natural fiber and enzymes during processing. This makes them less nutritious than their fresh counterparts and harder for your body to use for muscle repair. Instead of canned peaches, pineapples, or pears in syrup, opt for fresh fruit or those canned in water or natural juice with no added sugar. 2. Overripe bananas. Bananas are often praised for being high in potassium, a mineral that supports muscle contractions and prevents cramps. But overripe bananas come with a downside. As bananas ripen, their starches convert into sugars. An overripe banana has a much higher glycemic index than a greener one. This means it causes a quicker spike in blood sugar levels. Repeated blood sugar spikes can lead to insulin resistance over time, affecting how muscles grow and recover. If you're eating overripe bananas often, especially without combining them with protein or healthy fat, your muscles might not be getting the stable energy they need to rebuild and stay strong. For better results, stick to firm, slightly green bananas if you're consuming them regularly. 3. Grapes, in excess. Grapes are sweet, juicy, and full of antioxidants like resveratrol. But when eaten in excess, they can be problematic for muscle health. Grapes are high in natural sugar, especially fructose. While fructose in small amounts is fine, too much of it, especially without the fiber to slow absorption, can increase fat accumulation, particularly in the liver. This leads to poor metabolism, low energy levels, and weakened muscle performance. If you're eating large bowls of grapes every day, your body might be experiencing frequent sugar spikes and crashes, which can affect leg endurance and strength. Instead, limit grapes to small servings and balance them with a protein source like nuts or Greek yogurt. 4. Watermelon, excessively. Watermelon is hydrating, refreshing, and great in moderation. But eating too much of it can have unintended effects on your muscles. Watermelon has a high glycemic index and is mostly made of sugar and water. Eating it in large quantities can lead to a quick rise in blood sugar without providing much fiber or protein to support muscle repair. Plus, because it's so light and sweet, it's easy to overeat. This can crowd out other nutrient-dense foods you need for maintaining muscle, like those rich in protein and healthy fats. If you're regularly filling up on watermelon but not getting enough nutrients from other sources, your leg muscles could suffer over time from poor nutrition. Stick to 1 or 2 slices at a time, preferably post-workout when your body can use the sugars efficiently. 5. Mangoes, too much. Mangoes are rich in vitamins, especially vitamin C and A. However, they're also one of the fruits highest in sugar, both glucose and fructose. Eating too many mangoes can contribute to fat gain and insulin resistance, both of which hurt your muscle health. While a single mango may not be harmful, consuming them daily in large amounts, especially when ripe and sweet, can lead to an excess of sugar in the bloodstream. This can reduce the body's sensitivity to insulin, slow down muscle recovery, and cause fat to build up around the legs and waist. Over time, this affects balance, posture, and overall strength. Enjoy mangoes in moderation and combine them with foods that stabilize blood sugar, such as protein or fiber-rich options. 6. Fruit juices, packaged. Fruit juices, especially packaged ones, may seem healthy because they're made from real fruit. But the truth is that many of these juices are stripped of fiber and pumped full of added sugars or concentrates. Without the fiber that whole fruits provide, the sugar in juice hits your bloodstream quickly, causing a spike in insulin levels. Over time, this can wear down your muscles' ability to absorb glucose efficiently. Also, juices don't provide the chewing satisfaction that whole fruits do, making it easy to consume large quantities of sugar in just a few gulps. One glass of orange juice can contain as much sugar as several whole oranges. This can lead to chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and poor muscle repair, especially in the legs, where circulation is key. If you love fruit juice, try blending whole fruits into smoothies instead, so you retain the fiber and get a slower sugar release. 7. Dried fruits with added sugar. Dried fruits like raisins, cranberries, or apricots can be healthy in their natural form. But many commercially packaged dried fruits come coated with added sugar or glucose syrup to enhance sweetness and shelf life. This added sugar can be damaging to your muscles. It promotes inflammation, depletes essential nutrients like magnesium, needed for muscle function, and leads to faster muscle fatigue. Furthermore, because dried fruits are smaller and denser than fresh fruits, it's easy to overeat them. A small handful of sweetened dried fruits can have as much sugar as a candy bar, but we rarely think of them the same way. If you eat a lot of these throughout the day, especially without exercise, your leg muscles may become more prone to cramping, weakness, and stiffness. Choose unsweetened natural dried fruits and eat them in small amounts, ideally paired with nuts or seeds for added nutrition. 8. Lychees in excess. Lychees are rich in vitamin C and antioxidants, but they have a high sugar content and can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar levels when eaten in large quantities. Consuming too many lychees, especially on an empty stomach or without balancing them with protein, can lead to a sugar crash. This crash often leaves you feeling tired, weak, and low in energy, directly affecting how your leg muscles function and recover. There have also been reports of hypoglycemic effects in children after eating lychees in large amounts, especially without meals. This shows how powerful the fruit's sugar content can be. Stick to a few lychees at a time and avoid eating them late at night or on an empty stomach. Final thoughts. While fruits are an essential part of a healthy diet, too much of the wrong type or processed versions can silently sabotage your leg muscle strength. High sugar levels, inflammation, and poor nutrient balance can lead to muscle fatigue, weakness, and long-term loss of muscle mass. To keep your leg muscles strong and active, avoid canned fruits in syrup, overripe bananas, grapes in excess, too much watermelon, overeating mangoes, packaged fruit juices, sweetened dried fruits, excessive lychees. Instead, choose fruits in moderation in their natural form and pair them with sources of protein and fiber. This helps regulate blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and provide your muscles with the fuel they need to stay strong. By being mindful of your fruit choices, you can protect your leg muscles, maintain strength, and support your overall health as you age.